wife, we've been working with Judah and Amethyst about eating dinner. I mean, I don't know if you got kids. Mine, the ones that we have that are in our house are 5 and 2 years old, and it's like I call them my little sugar babies. I mean, if you have little kids, don't give them sugar until you're ready for them to become a sugar addict. I mean, it's like the minute you crack the seal, give them a powdered donut or something, boom, forget about fruits, forget about vegetables. And remember, all we did is feed them fruits and vegetables in those little jars or those little plastic containers that aren't even food. They're not even food, but that's all we fed them. They had no complaints whatsoever. It was spinach, it was blueberry, it was those mixed ones, those cool ones, banana, blueberry mixed with pineapple. I don't know. I'd actually would get all the creative ones because I was like, man, this is cool. This is better than just peas and carrots, which is what I'm sure I ate. Peas and carrots, which are gross. They're gross in their natural form, and they're gross when you mush them up into something that just looks, it doesn't even look like a real color. It looks like some kind of vomit. I mean, I don't know. It's nasty. So if you have peas and carrots, don't give peas and carrots to your kids because they really don't like it. They're just starving. But anyway, now that they're getting older, I mean, Judah thinks he has an opinion on what he gets to eat. You know what I mean? And I know back in the day, it was like, eat your food. I grew up in a military household, so it was like, you know, you didn't really think about it. It was just fuel. You just chew, swallow. You didn't even, if you didn't eat quick enough with my brothers around the table, they would have ate my food for me, and I just would have been hungry, and I wasn't gonna have that. So I just ate. But my kids, man, it's like this option, you know. Everything is cheese, chicken nuggets, pizza. I mean, that's chicken nuggets. You know, it's that's how my son says it. Chicken nuggets or oatmeal. He has like this specific diet, and for the longest time we've been getting frustrated, like, man, they gotta eat this, they need to eat that, they need to eat this. And you know, I just realized that they're gonna eat whatever in my fridge, pretty much. I mean, they're gonna eat what I'm eating. So then it's like, man, I have to start changing the way I eat. So we got these veggie nuggets. Now my wife thinks they taste good. I'm not game with them. Veggie nuggets. But I'm gonna tell you right now, they work, because your kids, they really, if you start them out on it, they don't even know. It's like, find those little things that you can get their veggies, and when you can skip the whole process of them fighting you over eating vegetables, because what they won't know is they're already eating them. Veggie nuggets, you know, that magic bullet thing. I'm personally a Vada mixer. I mean, slap some spinach inside something and shred it down to where they don't know, and then mix it in, and then you're at peace, and they don't know, and they think it's the greatest thing, and everybody's happy. It's like, we got to get creative inside our new day, because it's not like we're working on a farm where we gotta eat all our food because we're gonna work 17 hours. Well, if you are working on a farm, you keep doing that. But the majority of us in America, or the United States, we actually don't do enough to be eating everything that's on our plate. Or in all actuality, you probably shouldn't put that much on your plate in the first place, when the reality is you can actually probably go back for more, you know, rather than piling it up like somebody else is gonna steal your food when you're in the living room or something. Or maybe it's just the concept of, I don't want to walk back to the kitchen to make this again, so I'm just gonna cook a whole bunch of it, or I'm gonna make a whole bunch of it and then drag it into the living room with me, and then gobble it all up at one time until you're just past the point of full, you know. Well, anyway, most of us don't do that, and if you do that, blessings upon you, because inevitably that's gonna probably not be good for you or anybody that does that. So anyway, my kids, we finally just came to the point, me and my wife the other day, we were like, forget it. You know what? I don't even eat all the time. I don't eat in the morning breakfast. I could go and probably grab 2 powdered donuts in the middle of the day, and honestly, I'd roll with it. It wasn't for my wife and the way she loves food. She takes and picks tasty foods. I'm always speechless when she goes to the grocery store. I'm just like, yeah, you know, she does, because she gets if I try to select food, she gets way better food than what I would have selected, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty tasty. She's like, yeah, I know. My wife will not buy food if it's not tasty. She's like my mother in that aspect. They both just And that's what the problem is. That's what my kids picked up. They gotta have tasty food. If it don't taste good to them, they gotta eat it. Well, you know, back in the day I had all these rules like my kids are gonna eat what I want them to eat. They gonna do what I want them to do. And now, I'm gonna be honest with you fellas, if you really think you upholding that, either one, you're abusive, or two, you don't really love your kids. Because quite frankly, you wind up giving them what they want. You know, you work it out, you manage to wrestle them down and shove a couple green beans down their throat. But the reality is, you know, my kids, I love them so dearly. You know, they'll have me putting peanut butter on their pancakes. Get that. Not only do you make the pancakes, but it's not enough just to have pancakes. You got to put butter, and that butter is not enough on the pancakes. It's got to be peanut butter on top of the butter, and then throw in a little bit of syrup. And guess what, fellas? Yep, I do it. I do it with a smile. I love it. But when I told you before, I'll be like, they ain't getting this, they ain't getting that, they ain't gonna do this, they'll sit there, they'll be quiet. Don't work. The kids. And they're pretty much gonna do what they wanna do.